back
being sound wagon, broken mind.
to bequeath my bear rifle to those who may find it. It is a fine bar rifle, and it killed the bar who killed me. I hope that it is not a member of the Waffle House gang. A 54 caliber Jaeger, my God, that's better than any 50 caliber Hawken. Good afternoon. How you doing? Hey, this is a little something that I'd been working on for a while, a little kit, I guess, or project I've been working on for what seems like forever. And this is in part to show you what that kit's all about and to put out a few thank yous. And let me start by seeing if I can do this where you can see what's going on here. But this rifle you've seen before. Now, I did a few things extra to it. This is a replica made by Pedersoli of 54 caliber Jaeger. Now, some of my little tack work didn't work exactly out like I'd planned, but again, as I've said before, I have a bit of a vision issue, but nonetheless, I just will not give up doing what I like to do. I also, as I mentioned once before, this had an issue with a crack in the mortise to wrist type of thing, and we fixed it correctly, but I decided based on that I wanted to do a buffalo rawhide wrap to it to boot. Since you've seen it last, I've added a buffalo sling to it, and of course a little feather here to help determine wind direction at certain times if you see that. But it's kind of been my vision, and this, of course, this breast down here at this end more or less represents the 4 directions, if you know what that means. Now, part of this whole setup, I have been thinking big. So here is Possibles pouch that I built for this, and not everything has come out perfect, but I'll try to insert some pictures of what I've gotten accomplished with it. And it's bigger than any possible pouch I've ever made in my life. You can see it's pretty sizable. Now, at this point, I'm going to stop just a tiny bit here. And one, I'm going to give you an idea. This is my moose pouch that I carried for quite a few years for flintlock only. And if you guys have been keeping track of me in any way, shape, or form, you have seen that I gave away Bertha's old buffalo possibles. But comparatively speaking, if you look at the new ones I built as opposed to this one, you can tell that I am quite a bit bigger than I will have been ever before in my life with these. And there's a few people, and I'm going to go from least important to me anyway, personally, than others. I'm going to start off with, I have never scrimshawed in my life a horn. Don't know, I always kind of felt that it was one of those things kind of like beadwork that I just don't have a ton of patience for. Though I've done beadwork, I just don't, if I don't see progress fast enough, I just kind of lose interest. So this is an eBay find. And for what the whole picture of this is all about, to me this is fitting. I hope to God this is coming through so you can see it. The second people I want to thank, and I don't recollect anybody's name there, but this strap is one of several that I've now purchased through eBay, and the ID on eBay is greens, quilts, and weaving. And by what they generally seem to be in, they tend to look like they're doing mostly black powder to sashes. And I have picked up one sash, but I owe them a thanks for their product. They make a fine product. So, I'm going to throw this thing back over my shoulder here for a second. Now, the next thing I want to bring out is a great big thank you, and I'll get back where I can be seen. But I want to put out a great big thank you to Turkey Creek 1823. I just call him T23. It's kind of my homage to him, and I refer to him as a T23 as opposed to using his name. It's an old thing of mine where I've always gave people nicknames, and it's kind of an homage to the Terminator. You know, Terminator, the first one, I think that one, if I remember right, was a T100. And so based on that, I've given Turkey Creek the nickname TC23. Okay, and what he done for me is he built a knife that just fits right in to what I was looking for. And first of all, I'm going to show you exactly where it got put. Again, hopefully you're seeing that. And it too, the way it's positioned, is kind of a reminiscent of what Bertha's old patch knife setup was like too. It's right here, right where I can reach it, where I can put it out, put it back in as pleased. And I'm going to try to give you another close-up of that. Turkey Creek, or T23, did an excellent job on this thing. And I can't explain how much I appreciate that effort. Again, let's get the other side. Now this elk antler kind of has a special story to me. It's by far the second to the smallest bull elk I've ever killed. But it was a wilderness elk on a special day and special memories in the Sierra Madres of Wyoming. So for now, I'm going to set this right back here. The other thing I want to talk about real quick is the reason this thing is so big is, and I've said this before, I can't wear belts. Or for that matter, even putting a sash on is kind of useless for me. So I bought one. So I engineered, or over-engineered, depending on how you look at it, but it has another hidden secret. Along with that 54 caliber Jaeger, it has this guy is a secret. Now, this is a kit that I put together again after I kind of lost my vision, and I've made some mistakes in it, but that's okay. I'm gonna deal with it. I may eventually add a curly maple stock to it, but at this point I can't really see the good reason to do so. But why did I pair these two up the way I did? Well, one, Bertha for many a good years was 54 caliber round ball, and the gun that I carried with it was a 50 caliber, also CBA, and I like doing paired sets when I go out. And the secret is that this is also a Pedersoli, that's a Pedersoli, and that guy and this guy have one thing in common, and that is a fast barrel twist. The rifle has a 1 in 27 twist, and oddly enough, these guys come with a 1 in 18 twist. So ultimately, this is the whole thing is a setup to test heavy conical bullets. And here's a mold I got. It's just a standard Lee mold. It is, if you can read it, a 540 diameter, 415 grain hollow base. They call it a Min A, but it doesn't look anything like the original Min A. But it does have a hollow base on it. So I guess it is what they call it to be, but you can see that it's a pretty good solid chunk of lead. And then follow up, and I intend to go, if need be, by custom molds, go as heavy as 600 grains just to see how these will shoot. And I also found this company, and of course I can't give you a link, but it's called No Excuses LLC, and they seem to pretty much lean towards black powder rifles. In this case, this one is, make sure I get you the right ones in order. This one is a 485 grain conical bullet, solid base. I haven't even opened that box yet, but here's the heaviest of the ones I've got right now, and it comes out at 525 grains. And just to give you an idea what we're looking at that guy. 525 grains. And ultimately, at some point, I got to stop buying projects and start saving my money, because I want to take these two out. You know, hunting's getting harder and harder for me, but I want to take these two out and take them on basically a buffalo shoot and see if I can't get me a medium-sized fatted cow. I'm not interested in trophy. I'm interested in helping out, kind of like I did when I was young and able to, helping out feed families. And me, it would be a lifelong dream to put this guy in action on a buffalo and share with the neighborhood to do it. So I wanted to take a moment and say, you know, I got a chance to get my kid and I out yesterday a little bit and have a little fun. I kind of have my own sense of humor sometimes, and I hope you enjoy it. But now you get a chance to see what this project pretty much has come to. Oh, by the way, if you noticed, when this cover is down the way it's supposed to be, it sits a little crooked. So it gives you the idea, almost the same as if you were doing a saddle holster type of thing, where the cover over the pistol has kind of a lean to it, and it's more prominent when the pistol is actually in there than it does now. But again, I'm just looking forward to testing this project, and I will as I have energy. Thanks.